Hey everybody, thanks for playing World of Tanks, and thanks for checking out this World of Tanks video. So I'm bottom tier here in a tier 9 match. This can be a really big challenge, and I'm going to show with this video how you can be a big part of the team's success without necessarily dealing a whole bunch of damage. Yeah, what that kind of looks like. Just a really cool example of it anyhow. So at this point I'm just kind of hanging back, watching the team deployment, basing where I go off of them. I don't exactly want to be, at the vanguard in any flank or any position or anything like that. This is also a very valuable position for the team, catching any fast mediums or lights that might be darting back here towards spawn. To at least light up the artillery for their artillery. Maybe get some shots into their own, whatever the case is. There, I'm catching those guys, and if any of them come my way, also I'm in a position to kind of help out with the flank of our allies heading toward the northwest. There, I'm in a position to kind of help them out if anything comes up behind them. Also in a position to potentially help out that heavy we have at F7 there, in case anything comes into the middle of the map after him. So I am sitting a little ways back. I'm very much in the middle, very much a possibility of being in the thick of things. I'm also able to go pretty much help out right at either flank in a relatively short period of time, moving from here to there. You're going to see here for a little bit, a lot of what I'm doing is just keeping an eye on the mini-map and also just kind of roaming around here looking for any easy shots that present themselves. Not really going out of the way, not really putting myself in a vulnerable position. Staying where I'm at, maintaining the cover and the protection that I've got. Got the destroyer and the heavy more or less behind me. That heavy south is now gone. But I've got myself in a relatively safe position, about as safe as you can be with guys moving out to the flanks pretty quickly, and the team being down 1-4. I think we get down 1-5 here shortly. Now at this point, I'm literally just watching that mini map. I noticed that heavy coming across at like G6. We've pretty much lost the south, and this Oni here is wanting to poke out from behind that building, it looks like. So I will take that shot, slow down his ammo rack unless he uses some equipment, some repair kit. So at this point I'm also aware I might be already target. Yep, I'm kind of out in the open back here. As much as anybody else on our team, I might be target for Artie. There's two Artie shots after me, and that Oni, I can probably bet, yep, he's still kind of on my position, looking my way, trying to get a shot. So I'm staying, one of the things I'm doing is staying mobile, make it difficult for Artie to hit me. Also using the tight cover of these buildings, staying in tight against these buildings for Artie protection. Now there's this heavy up here. I'm trying to get trying to help my team take this guy out. He's definitely shooting my allies, so I got him in a little pincer attack here. So that's why I moved over here. Just kind of, again, staying a little bit mobile, shooting some snow right there. Staying mobile so the Arties don't exactly have an easy time hitting me, and doing my best to let my reticles settle in and get pretty decent shots. Here I'm staying mobile. I don't want to give him another shot. I don't want those artillery to hit me. As you can see, they're getting pretty close. They're on me. So again, I've got the artillery in my mind right now. I don't want to exactly just lock myself down. I want to stay mobile in a way that kind of maybe allures the artillery to my position. Keeps them thinking they're going to get a shot on me without really giving them one, or at least without making it incredibly easy. I mean, they've got to really be doing some amazing guesswork to hit me here. And I pulled the heavy around the corner. He takes a shot there, so he's in a state of reload. Again, those artillery are still firing at me. I'm aware of that. And not really making my trajectories all that predictable. Giving them what they think is a shot, and then moving out of the way, staying behind this building more or less to make their shots difficult. Now here, I got the heavy coming behind me and the heavy out in front. I've got to give them something at this point. Maybe I should have headed, you know, this direction where I'm going now. Maybe I should have headed this way earlier. Kind of hard to tell. Ducking behind cover from Artie. At this point I can see that I've got some support, some spotted hits. So I might have done better to have gotten out of that position a little bit earlier. I'm still doing pretty good. I'm certainly alive. Nice on the move shot there. I've distracted a couple of heavies from my allies. They're after me and they're not taking me out, at least not yet. They're getting me bit by bit here as I'm giving them a little bit. At this point I'm just running away, trying to take away a line of fire for those guys. See that heavy in front of me right there? I'm moving toward his position, staying down low for those from those heavies, and also keeping artillery in mind. They still have 2 artillery. At this point I'm kind of expecting that enemy heavy behind me to have a shot. He never, I guess, really does quite get one. Here that ally heavy Conqueror takes out the Oni. Like that Oni had been beaten up by our artillery or something. And he's on the KV-4. Now here I kind of leave myself exposed just a little bit long to get a penetration. And I'm taken out. What I do there, so my taking that shot prevents him from having a shot for the Conqueror right there. Puts the KV-4 in a state of reload, which makes him vulnerable for that Conqueror and vulnerable for anybody else who had shots on him. So I end up getting taken out at the end. That experience, that process throughout the bulk of the match, though, I was distracting at least a couple of Artie from my teammates, and the Artie were never hitting me. I was giving them what they thought were shots and then taking them away, or at least feinting the trajectory of my vehicle so that they would think that I was going to give them a shot, and then I would pull back and move behind cover. So that was all very strategic, taking away the artillery from at least, you know, taking away the damage that they might deal from our team's hit points. They didn't hit me, and they weren't hitting any of my allies. And also I was occupying that Oni. Took some shots at that FV British black tank, black heavy. Got some shots in him, flanking him with an ally and finishing that guy off at that time. And then from that point, also distracting that KV-4, keeping him around. Now I did, in kind of pulling them into my position, I did eventually take some shots from them. The Kraft's Panther isn't exactly quick enough, fast enough, mobile enough to completely stay out of the ways of their guns in close quarters. And I'm probably, you know, could have done better there toward the end of that little duel. You know, doing a better job of just staying away from both of those vehicles entirely. I wanted to try to keep them on me. I probably could have done a better job of not getting shot up in the process, though. Just keeping a little bit more distance there. One of the things that I think is generally good practice in kind of dueling with a vehicle that's heavier than yours, bigger than yours, slower than yours. One strategy I like to keep in mind is keep at least two points of cover between yourself and that enemy. If that enemy is kind of pursuing you, you're kind of running away and getting shots that you can. Keeping 2 points of cover, and that way as they're moving toward you, progressing toward you, let's say they take away one of those points of cover, they come around it at you, you still have that other point of cover that you can keep between you and that enemy, and give yourself time to generate that second point of cover, move farther away to generate another 2 layers of cover, 2 levels of cover. I didn't do a great job of that here in this situation. At the same time, I did have two Arties on me, and also I was, you know, I was occupying 2 enemy heavies and 2 enemy Arties. It's a lot of heat. I did pretty good, even if I could have done better. This is an example of how you can kind of contribute in a really big way to your team. I don't know if that was a carry or not. I don't know if what I did was key. I think in a lot of ways it kind of was. Thanks for checking out this World of Tanks video. Thanks for playing World of Tanks.